Top of the morning to you. I'm right back at you. I know you didn't think that was just a little warm up earlier. I'm still on that same subject. We working to get ahead. That means this is part 2, baby. Now you know, do I gotta bring the choir back in? I gotta bring the choir back in. Come on.
What up out there? It's your homie. I go by Big Dollar. I'm riding around getting my money up while simultaneously trying to bring you the game that you need. So if it's your speed, we on everything from fitness to motivation, character building, sharing philosophy. Look, just ride with me. We gonna get you there. Holla at a player when you see him in the streets.
No. Basically, sometimes in real time, you gotta sit down and add and subtract your smaller denominations. Like, you know, I was always stopping by Wendy's, you know, not to be specific or none of that, but I was always stopping by there in the morning to grab me a little breakfast, you know, on my way back from dropping my woman off at work, you know, and I'll spend $8 to $10 in the morning, and, you know, that adds up. I work 5 days, she worked 5 days a week, I work 5 days a week, I work 6 days a week, but you know what I'm saying, I'm getting at. I was doing that 5 days a week, and then what I started doing was cutting that down. I started getting like a banana, a fruit salad, and a muscle milk from like Cub and various other locations, grocery stores in between me and my drive, which started equating to like $4, $4.50 a day, which, you know, saved me money significantly. So if you can look at small things like that, like my woman, my queen, she like to have her little coffee on her way to work. And sometimes that's $7, $8. You do that math daily, you spend $50, $56 a week, you know what I'm saying? So it adds up quickly. Sometimes it takes having to break your life down and look at those smaller denominations, you know what I mean? The smaller things that you're spending money on, the things that we don't really think are going to add up in the long run, but over the course they start to add up. Like one of the things I stopped doing as soon as the snow melt, I gave myself a fast food budget, an actual specific budget that I can spend to eat instead of going home. You know what I mean? And then what I noticed is I was able to put more into my grocery bill. I was able to put more into it weekly. And because I was able to save that money and just, you know, after work, just bearing that 15, 20 minutes of being hungry, which is a lot of work for me. If you don't know, snacking is a hobby and I love to eat and drive. So if I can manage that and get that in check and get that in control, I'm telling you, there's no limits to what we can do, y'all. We can sit here and look at the very smaller things. You know, I've been thinking about getting myself some running shoes for the last couple of weeks. I've been holding off because it's not really an absolute necessity. First of all, I kickbox barefoot. I like the feeling of my toes on the bag, okay? So that's first of all. Secondly, I don't even really run. I fight more than I run. Shoot, I don't need no running shoes to lift weights. So I was thinking about it, like, yeah, I would like to run, but it's not a necessity. Do I need to go out and spend $110 right now? Not necessarily. So this is what I was talking about. You know, these are your spending habits. These are your, you know, your budgeting habits. It's habitual. You know what I'm saying? I want to make these things habits. I don't want to make a habit of stopping here and getting something to eat on my way home because it costs me $10 every time. I've added it up in my mind. I had to break it down. You know me, I'm dumb. I do the numbers, okay? You know, 36 boxes of oatmeal, carton of dozen eggs, a gallon of milk, and if you break down how much of that you eat in the morning, I eat like, it costs me like $2.15, $2.75 to have breakfast. Whew! And really, probably the same amount to have lunch too. You understand what I'm saying? So once you get to understanding these equations and really looking at the smaller things that free you up from having to worry about, dang, do I need to spend less? Do I need to earn more? If you take out some of them smaller things you got going on, if you hold out every once in a while and, you know, you have your wine on the weekend or whatever it is you got going on, if you sit there and actually monitor it, it's a few adjustments, some minor adjustments you can make that would put you in the category of working to get ahead. You understand what I'm saying? Because what I said earlier in that equation is one of two ways. You either spend less or you earn more. And some of the ways of spending less ain't as big as you think. You ain't got to cut off your Netflix. You can still enjoy yourself. You don't got to get off a PlayStation Network. No, you can still enjoy yourself, but look at some of the smaller things. Don't order DoorDash 3 times a week. I ain't hating on DoorDash. I hope y'all get y'all money up. But me speaking from a personal standpoint, go walk into the kitchen and fix you some soup, man. Sprinkle some, you know how to do that. You know how to smack it on the side. Don't see her looking at me like you ain't been smacking it on the side. Shoot. Buy your own dough. Experiment and make homemade pizza. Homemade pizza fire. Shout out to my auntie. Shout out to my mama. There's some homemade pizza. They taught me about homemade pizza. All right? Different variations. You understand? Shoot. Even my baby brother got some homemade pizza skills. All right? So I just want you to know the small things you can do. This doesn't have to be grand. Okay? You don't have to be outrageous. I'm just gonna stop eating. That'll clear my grocery bill up. Oh, no, it don't gotta be outrageous. Tiny little things you can do. You look at the microscopic situation. Do I need crumble cookie on the weekends? This last weekend, my baby just came back from vacation. My little me came back from vacation. She needed some cookie, make her feel welcome back at home. Shoot. Did I have to spend $4 a cookie? Yes. It was a part of it. But you know what I'm talking about, man. It's easy. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's mathematics. You've been learning math since you was in 1st grade, and I don't want to hear nothing about it. So, without further ado, you get your thinking habits going. That's how you think about how you're going to save this money. That's how you think about how you're going to earn some more to get ahead. We working to get ahead. Sure it is. Peace. Love. Hippie drugs. And don't you ever forget, not even one time, to holler at the player when you see him in the streets. Peace.